Welcome back for another rousing edition of History with Miss Puckett. Right now we're talking about Adams, Jefferson, and Madison. And I'm going to challenge you right now to kind of set up your paper like this. This is going to be our kind of highlight reel. We are doing a very distinct highlight reel. So set your paper up like this, and I'm just put it on pause. And when you're ready, just turn it back on and we'll get to work. Okay, the Alien and Sedition Act. The Alien and Sedition Act were two different laws. The Alien Act was one that prohibited, was kind of like against immigrants, or illegal aliens that were coming to the country, and it made it harder for them to vote. And the ironic thing is that Adams is a Federalist, and most of these immigrants who were coming in were voting Democratic Republican, so it's kind of shady that he was doing that. And then the Sedition Act stopped people from speaking out against the government, which likewise, pretty shady, because I want you to think for a minute, what amendment does that violate? Okay, it violates the First Amendment. So what I need you to know about this is it violated people's personal freedom. And the reason that it violated their personal freedom, and the real reason that he did this, was because he wanted the nation's power to look strong. So, I'll draw a little thing here. He wanted the nation, and I'm going to put it in quotes because it's kind of to look strong, and like we were united by throwing everyone in jail who would criticize it, but in all honesty, that makes us look weak because we can't take criticism when we're not fixing the problems that we do have. There was two people who got really upset about these Alien and Sedition Acts, and their names were James Madison and Thomas Jefferson. They passed the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions. I'm just going to call it Res. By Madison and Jefferson. And what it did was it declared the Alien and Sedition Acts, I'm going to just say declared A and S unconstitutional. And it was really two states that were declaring them unconstitutional. But what you need to know is that Madison and Jefferson said that the states had the right to declare an executive order unconstitutional. The Kentucky and Virginia resolutions declares the Alien and Sedition Act unconstitutional. So Kentucky and Virginia cancels out the Alien and Sedition Act. Then we have the Xyz Affair, where the most important thing you need to know out of this is that America says we won't take a bribe. America won't take bribes. The famous phrase is millions for defense. Not 1 cent for tribute, millions for defense. So I'm just going to do a little ... Not 1 cent for tribute. We'll pay $1 million to fight a war, but we are not going to pay anything to fulfill some kind of bribe. With Jefferson, 1803, we're going to have, what am I going to do? The Louisiana Purchase. Louisiana Purchase. It comes from France, from Napoleon of France. It's $15 million. Beep. And it doubles the size of U.S. Marbury versus Madison also happens during Jefferson's presidency, which basically just means the Supreme establishes judicial review. Supreme Court can declare a law unconstitutional. The Embargo Act We were mad because the British keep impressing our sailors, and so because of that, we passed the Jefferson passes the Embargo Act, stops all trade, and it makes him unpopular. People hate it. Makes him very unpopular. Okay, Madison. From Madison, we have War of 1812. Reason is impressment of American sailors by the British and the French, or by British, their British contributions to Indian uprisings. The weaknesses, I'm just going to say know your notes. Know your notes, and those will be posted shortly. Know your notes, that's where it talks about we have inexperienced leadership. We don't have the money to finance a war. Our country is split over whether or not we should even go to war. There's a lot of reasons we shouldn't, but really we're going to end up going to war because we don't want to be pushed around. Most important thing that comes out of this is that Fort McHenry, Francis Scott Key writes National Anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. He writes the National Anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Now, go ahead and study this. The next video I'm going to post is going to be over Marbury versus Madison, because I feel like this is something a lot of kids struggle with, so I'll be posting a video on that. Thanks for watching.